Joining me now here at GOFA's Business Forum 2025 is our guest of honor from Egypt, the Minister for Trade and Foreign Investment, His Excellency Hassan El-Khatib. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Minister, Egypt is taking great steps to attract foreign investment. What would you say are the most important steps that Egypt has taken to make for a secure business environment?
I think it's important to look at what Egypt have done over the past 10 years and what we're doing as a new government that took place in the last year, in mid-July. I think Egypt's focus has been really to build Egypt a new country, putting the right infrastructure that is needed for a new country. And in the past 10 years, we invested close to $550 billion in the needed infrastructure, the completely renovated road network, more than 10,000 kilometers of road, 24 new cities, public transport to the top quality. We have developers like Siemens delivering the high-speed rail for us, 2,000 kilometers, developing our ports between the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. So building that infrastructure. Our job as a government, the new government that took place mid-last year, is to make sure that we have a business environment that is conducive for the private sector to operate. And despite whatever happens in the world, in a changing world, our view is that we have to build a competitive, open economy to attract FDI, to attract investors globally, and ideally from countries where we have these partnerships like Germany, to build these type of bridges between Europe and Egypt. Egypt is a big market in itself. We're 120 million today, but we're centered in 3 continents. Africa, which is a major potential, Asia, or at least the Middle East, and Europe. And with the infrastructure, the logistics that we put in the past 10 years, what we're doing in the business environment, in the clarity of policies, in the reform agenda, very aggressive reform agenda, in the structure reform that is highly needed to make us as competitive, I think this is the compelling case where we can really localize, bring the nearshoring to reality from Europe to a country that is close to Europe, and use Egypt as a springboard for exports to the rest of the world. So that's our thesis.
Minister, can you tell us a bit more about your fiscal policy and what role it plays?
I think the fiscal policy is key to attract investors. Our view on the policy is not the tax rate, but the effective tax rates. We want to make sure that the relationship between corporates and the tax authorities is actually as smooth as possible. And my colleague, who's mandated by the fiscal policy, the Minister of Finance, have done a fantastic job so far. So I'm not talking about a wish list. I'm talking about 40 amendments to regulations that makes all the legacy of bureaucracy, long over delays in the auditing firms, the bureaucracy of procedures completely overhauled. And we will close all of that chapter by the end of this year. The part that I'm working with him closely with is the non-tax part of the fiscal side, the licensing fees, the permits, all of these levies that are put on corporates by the different agencies of the state. So I want to bundle, again, collectively as a team, we want to bundle this to have our views, to have an effective tax rate which encompass all of these fees and levies, to be as attractive as possible within the wider region of, again, the 3 continents that we're centered in.
Last but not least, can you please tell us a bit about Egypt's special economic zones?
I think we have multiple opportunity for companies to set up. So we have free zones. We have the Suez Canal economic zone. You can set up an investment zone. You can have a private free zone. We have multiple products that can cater for the type of business. If you want to export 100% of your products, then it's a private free zone. If you want to export and actually supply the local market, then it's a free zone. So we have multiple products that are geared towards flexibility that investors can utilize and make sure that they have the right product for the right business that they're building in Egypt.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you.